Let's be real. A 9-to-5 job can be a blessing and a trap. One day you're getting promotions and praise, and then the next day you're in a restructuring meeting you didn't see coming. The question is, how do you play the corporate game? Keep winning at your day job and still build a side hustle that can cover your bills if things go south. Today, I'm giving you the ultimate playbook to balance both worlds without burning out, plus real-life examples of people who've done it successfully, like a teacher who started a tutoring business, a designer freelancing after hours, and a project manager who built a thriving e-commerce brand on the side. Corporate America has its own unspoken rules, and the people who win know how to play them. Here's how to make your 9-to-5 your ally, not your enemy. First, be excellent at the core job. Your side hustle can't survive if you get fired for poor performance. For example, Kara, an accountant, kept her client work spotless. That made her boss trust her enough to approve flexible hours, giving her more time for her online tutoring business. Next, learn transferable skills on the company's dime. Marketing, leadership, project management, data analysis, these can all help your side hustle. For instance, Marcus, who worked in IT, took the company's free cybersecurity training and later used it to sell security consulting services to small businesses. And finally, network across departments, not just with your team, but also HR, marketing, and operations. People change jobs, and when they do, they can bring you with them or become clients. For example, when Priya's coworker moved to a new company, she landed a contract to design their website. Or take James, who started a consulting side hustle after a former teammate referred him to their new employer. The more connections you build, the more doors open for your side hustle. Here's a practical example. If your day job is in compliance and exam management, you could offer online consulting for educational institutions on exam integrity protocols, or create digital resources to help schools implement best practices. This way, you leverage your expertise and build a side hustle that's both valuable and in demand. Think of your 9-to-5 as your investor. It's funding your education, your network, and maybe even your side hustle startup costs. Your job might pay for professional development, give you access to valuable contacts, or provide benefits that free up your own cash. Maybe you're using your paycheck to buy equipment or leveraging company resources to learn new skills. All of this helps you build your side hustle, one step at a time. A side hustle has to fit you, your skills, your lifestyle, and your employer's policies. Here's a framework. The side hustle sweet spot. Leverage your existing skills. If you're in sales, try freelance lead generation. If you're an accountant, offer tax prep services. If you're in HR, consult for startups. If you're a project manager, help organize remote teams. If you're a teacher, try online courses. Fitness instructors can lead virtual workouts. Chefs can teach cooking classes online. Language tutors can host lessons via video call. Keep the startup cost low. You don't want to sink $20,000 into something that may take a year to pay off. For example, artists can sell prints online, writers can self-publish ebooks, and photographers can offer stock photos with minimal upfront investment. And make sure it's scalable. Try to avoid trading every dollar for every hour unless it's really strategic. Think about launching a digital product, starting a podcast, or creating an online course that can grow over time. So let's talk through some examples of side hustles that actually fit well with a corporate lifestyle. First up, digital products. Think courses, templates, or even ebooks. Then there's freelancing, like design, copywriting, or bookkeeping. E-commerce is another great option, such as dropshipping or print on demand. Content creation is huge too, whether that's YouTube, podcasts, or blogging. And finally, consulting. Use your industry expertise to help out smaller businesses. You could also host virtual workshops or webinars, sharing your knowledge with a wider audience. Social media management is another flexible option, helping brands grow their online presence. Online tutoring or coaching lets you share your skills and help others learn, all from home. Investing, whether in stocks, real estate, or other assets, can also be a side hustle that fits around your schedule. Event planning, especially for virtual events, is in high demand and can be managed alongside your main job. Writing a professional bio, technical documentation, or career coaching are also great ways to leverage your expertise. And don't forget about property management. Handling rentals or short-term stays can be done remotely. If your day job is in community outreach, consider starting a local initiative or nonprofit project on the side. Organizing neighborhood events, connecting people to resources, or even offering workshops to empower your community. It's a powerful way to make an impact beyond your 9-to-5. There are honestly so many ways to get started. The key is to find what fits your skills, interests, and schedule. My client David worked in a logistics company and started a weekend consulting gig, helping small e-commerce stores with shipping strategies. Another client, Sarah, turned her love for baking into a home-based cupcake business, selling to local cafes and events. And then there's Mike, who built a side hustle crafting custom furniture in his garage, selling pieces online and at markets. By month 8, David's side hustle income matched his day job. Sarah's cupcake sales doubled her grocery budget in just 6 months, and Mike's furniture business brought in enough to cover his rent. And each of them actually had the choice to quit their day jobs, but none of them did right away. That choice is power. Balancing both is where most people fail. Not because the work is too hard, but honestly because the schedule is unmanaged. So, here are some rules for balance. First, time block everything. Corporate work hours, side hustle hours, and yes, rest hours too. Schedule breaks for meals, exercise, or even a quick walk. Next, use the 2-hour rule. Even just 2 focused hours a day on your side hustle adds up to 60 hours a month. Batch similar tasks like creating all your social media posts in one sitting, or answering emails in a single block of time instead of doing them daily. And finally, outsource early. Hire freelancers for those repetitive tasks, like editing videos, managing your inbox, or designing graphics. It really makes a difference. With the right balance, you'll have more energy, less stress, and better results. So, when my friend Angela started her home baking side hustle, she was doing everything herself. Baking, packaging, even delivery. Honestly, she was burning out fast. Then she decided to hire a part-time driver for $200 a week, which totally freed up her evenings. That $200 investment? It actually helped her double her order capacity. And she's not alone. My friend Mike, who runs a handmade crafts side hustle, hired a part-time helper for packaging and saw his sales jump too. Outsourcing even a small task can make a huge difference in your balance and your business growth. You need to keep your hustle above board. Don't use company time or resources. So, yeah, that means no office printers, no grabbing extra office supplies, and no using the company Wi-Fi for your side hustle. And definitely no company email or work devices for your personal projects. Check your contract to make sure there's no conflict of interest, non-compete, or moonlighting clause that could get you in trouble. And stay transparent if necessary. Sometimes it's best to have an open conversation with your manager or HR. Since some companies actually require disclosure of outside work and may even have a formal process for it. Here's the mindset shift. Layoffs are not if, they're when. It can happen to anyone, no matter your role or industry. So let's talk about steps to be layoff ready, with practical examples for each. First, build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. Even $100 a month toward savings really adds up over time. Set up an automatic transfer or try a no-spend weekend challenge to boost your savings. Next, pay down high-interest debt, because less debt means more breathing room. Use the snowball or avalanche method or try negotiating lower interest rates with your creditors. Third, keep your resume and LinkedIn fresh. Just update them quarterly. It's not as hard as it sounds. Join a resume review group or set a calendar reminder to check your profiles. Fourth, grow your network. Try for one industry event or even just one new LinkedIn connection a week. You could also volunteer at industry meetups or join online forums in your field. And finally, have a side hustle income goal. Aim for it to cover about 25 to 50% of your living expenses. This could mean freelancing, selling products online, tutoring, or even driving for a rideshare app. The key is to diversify your income streams before you need them. Two of my former colleagues were laid off the same week. But they weren't alone. Another friend in tech and a neighbor in retail faced the same fate. One had no side income and was scrambling to pay rent. Another was forced to borrow money from family just to cover groceries. The other had been running a modest dropshipping store making $1,500 a month. My tech friend freelanced on the side and my neighbor drove for a rideshare app. The difference? Some had panic, but those with side hustles had options. Here's the truth. Relying on a single income stream is like walking a tightrope without a safety net. Your 9-to-5 can be your training ground and your funding source, but your side hustle is your backup parachute. So, excel at your day job, start small with your hustle, protect your energy, and prepare for the unexpected. If this video gave you value, smash that like button. Subscribe for more tips on building wealth and navigating corporate life, and comment below. What's your dream side hustle? Maybe it's launching an Etsy shop, tutoring students online, flipping furniture, starting a YouTube channel, or if you're in the military, offering fitness coaching or creating a blog about military life and resources. Because remember, in today's economy, financial security isn't about one income, it's about options. Thanks for watching Building Wealth Today TV.